Alright gang, I've got I got all this degreased, but I use diesel fuel in my parts washer. It leaves a film on there. Before I paint anything, I've got to wipe it all down, so I went ahead and wiped it. I wiped it down good. I'm going to go ahead and get this in the sandblaster, and this old, you can see where it's rusty and pitted, and it's got loose paint on it. I gotta sandblast all that and get all that off there, and then like I said, we're gonna use some mineral spirits and get it all wiped down good and get it dust free and get the any oil film left off of it. That diesel fuel is really oily, but it does a pretty decent job at cleaning things up. At any rate, it's going to be a little bit. I'll probably get this sandblasted, maybe prime it and just set it all back. Then I've got to get over here and take care of the fan shroud, or the fan housing rather. Take care of the fan housing, and I've got to get this fan cleaned up. These are hard to clean. These fans are really hard to clean. You've got to it's got a lot of dirt and grease you got to scrape out of here, and then you got to wash it up in the parts washer, and then I usually take it to the sandblaster to make sure I get everything. But yeah, it's a lot of work cleaning these old engines up. And then of course I've got my pulleys here, the front and rear piece of the pulley, and then this that goes on ahead of the nut. So I've got to get all that cleaned up and painted, but it'll be worth it in the end. I've got kind of a thinking about a special type of paint job I'm going to do on this engine, just something to piddle with. But yeah, I'm gonna get on this stuff, and we'll see what we can do with it. That's something a little closer to being ready to paint. You can see what a good job the sandblaster does in taking all that old loose paint and rust and crud in general off. So I'm going to go ahead and get finished sandblasting these parts, and we'll see about going to the store and getting some primer. Got the tins all cleaned up, sandblasted, and gave them a little bath in some lacquer thinner, and got them prepped for priming. I'm going to go ahead and get these primed up, and then I'll start on the working on our fan housing, getting it cleaned up. Well guys, here's had to take a little break off my Volkswagen. I had to come out here. I want to get my battery out of my Cub and get it charged up. This is something else that needs my attention. I've got my front tire. I think it's broken around the valve stem. So I got to take that tire off there and get that fixed. And no sooner than that happened to me, I threw a little air in it to get it pulled up closer to the house, and then my key broke off in my ignition switch there. So I'm gonna have to get that fixed as well. But right now I just want to get this battery charged. The reason I need to go ahead and get all this done so I can get the deck off of it and get my plow on the front to push snow with. We got another 3 to 6 inches of snow we're supposed to get Thursday evening, so just a bunch of stuff to do. Alright guys, it's just a little update of where I'm at with the I guess you could say restoring my cooling tins. I've got all the loose paint pulled off this guy. I've been using this wire brush on my angle grinder. Does a real good job. I've also been just using a little palm sander. Take care of that. Let's take a look at our the other cooling tins I've made some progress on. These I've got these pieces primed, ready for paint, and I'm hoping I've got a really nifty idea for the paint scheme on this. It's not going to be just black. I'm going to do some graphics gonna do some graphics on this with my airbrush. I haven't done any airbrush work in quite a while, and it's just something I don't know, gotta scratch the itch, but I've got a lot of work to do. There's places I couldn't get to with the angle grinder, and I've got to go in there and get those by hand, you know, all around here, and want to make sure I get all my bases covered. But I've still got work to do. I've got to go in here and take care of some of this by hand to get that all taken care of. But yeah, it's coming along. It's coming along. We've still got I've got the pieces, the rest of the pieces that go behind, you know, the backing plate for my alternator. I've got to get these done. These are still, all I did was clean these. There's been no you see some loose paint here. All that's got to be taken care of. A little bit of rust right here. Got to take care of all that, but it's getting there. Right now I've got a tail light out on my Beetle. I'm gonna stop this right here, go fix my tail light real quick, and I'll catch up with you guys in a little while.